Hi everybody, I'm going to share another video today. I thought I'd test my new way of setting up my camera. Tell me what you think. I'd love to know if it works for you. The last one was, it's a learning process, all right? Okay. Now, today I'm going to share in video how to do my perpendicular pinning tip. As long as I've been online with my Victoriana quilt designs, I've shared this tip, but I've never shared it as a video, just in words. So today I'm doing that. I did want to start with this to show you, as the beginning of this tip, the difference in pins and how not long they are, but how thick the metal part is. And the pin I really like to use for this tip is the fine and extra fine pins, which is this one right here. You can see it's very slim and it goes through the fabric much smoother and easier and doesn't distort the fabric in the pinning, because the purpose of perpendicular pinning is you want to match seams and not have them move when you're sewing them together. I like 4 patches. If you know me, you know I love my 4 patches. And this is an example of, this is one block of my postage stamp with a twist. I've already made one. You can see it online. I'm already making new blocks for a second one because I use these little 4 patches that I make as my anchor cloths when I'm starting and stopping sewing, so that you don't always have these big long tails of thread. You just stick one right under the presser foot and eventually you end up with a whole bunch of blocks that you can, little blocks, units, to sew into a big block. Okay. Another thing, I just recently shared this tip and it was popular, so I thought I'd share it on the video too. I have used pin cushions for forever, but I always was, when you go to quickly pull one out, it sometimes pulls the pin cushion too. Or when I'd have a bowl of pins, I'd always be stabbing myself. And then I thought of this. It's an old cracked egg cup that I inherited, and I love it. And it works so great for pins because I put a disc magnet in the bottom, and then I just drop the pins in and they automatically go down. And when I go to pick a pin, it's just so easy to grab. So that's a tip. An old egg cup works great as a pin cushion. Now these flower pins, they're thick and I don't use them to actually anchor the fabric, but I do use them to help me decide where to anchor the fabric, and I'll show you that right now. So here's 2 units that I've made. When you go to sew them together, sorry, taking my glasses off so I can see better. You put them right sides together, of course, and you're matching the seams. Now, when you do 4 patches or other units that have other further seams, what I also like to do is put a pin through the center of that and a pin through the center of the next one, and then that already starts to set where the block should go. So then I grab another of these, and I'll do it this way so you can see. In the seam, I put the pin, and I put the pin at the back too. And to make sure that it's going well, I also try and match up these side seams here. Okay. So then with my 2 fingers on my left hand, if you're left-handed, you do this opposite. I put my fingers around that pin, and with my thumb, I hold it straight up and down, perpendicular. And then I grab one of my anchor pins and I put it in at an angle and come back up, and I do that on both sides of my seam. Now, if you notice, I press my seams open, and this is really just for that. If you press your seams to one side, I don't think this method's going to work for you. This is a bent pin, which is why it's doing that. All right. And then once those 2 anchor pins are on either side of that pin, I take these 2 out and I'm ready to stitch. And it gives me, as you can see, matching seams perfectly, as perfectly as sewing fabric can be. All right. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's a short quilt tip. And if you want more, let me know. And look for another video this week coming up with my playing with embroidery stitches, because I've got a whole list of ideas to share. So I thought maybe one a week. Okay, have a good day.